Wow. Wow. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's the 6th of February, 2012. That's my sugar reading. 4.4. I cannot get over that. I have had a cup of coffee this morning. All it had in it was just black coffee and about 1/4 of a cup of 2% milk. And I'm just now getting ready to take my injection, as you can see here. But wow, I was feeling a little bit cold, so I thought I better stop what I'm doing right now and I better check my sugar. For the month of January 2012, on the first week I had a weigh-in of 269. The second week, on the 14th of January, I had a weigh-in of 277. The third week, I had a weigh-in of 264. The fourth week, I had a weigh-in of 275. Actually, 276. Sorry, guys. And you've seen my today's weigh-in was, and I'm looking for an ink pen to write it on here. I'm keeping it on the calendar. My today's weigh-in is 271. So I'll be putting that on this week's 271. I should have actually weighed in Saturday to keep with the weeks right, but we know how it is. So I kind of sort of miss Groundhog's Day altogether. You get excited about one thing, and so you miss everything else. So Super Bowl and all that. I'm just feeling a little sick at my stomach. Just take a minute to calm down here, and then I'll take my injection. I did want to say something that happened really funny the other night. And I don't think the people that it happened to think it was really funny. But, guys, as you can see, the balcony right there, and these apartments, they're all alike. And across that way, it was about 10:30 at night. I think it may have been Wednesday or Thursday night when my son came over. Bud and his fiancée, Kimberly. So we're all sitting here and we walked out on the balcony, we're just talking and carrying on and then this and that. And all of a sudden, this Jeep that's across the way over there, and I got some video footage of it, but it's so dark, you can't really see it. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you the Jeep. If you can, you see that Jeep? You see it? Okay. Can you see the front door on the bottom left? So the dad wasn't home, right? Let me see if you're looking at my nose. Let me zoom back out on this. Guys, the dad wasn't home. So apparently there were shopping bags or something in the Jeep. I just think all these people over there were, as we Southern folks say, tore out the frame. They were tore up or something. I don't know what was wrong with them. So I heard this big squealing sound like the fan belt, right? You know how when it squeals it needs to be replaced or whatever. I heard this big squealing sound and bam, all of a sudden the Jeep was up on the deck, the porch that I showed you. Right? It like that much going through the doors. And on one side there, it took out some of the wall. And they didn't know, it's a 5-speed. None of them knew how to drive it because the dad was gone. So it was like 3 chicks and 2 guys, and neither one of the 5 knew how to drive this Jeep. So they drove it up. It jumped the curb, it jumped the sidewalk, jumped up on the grass, and jumped onto the, oh my Lord. And then they were all screaming and carrying on and laughing and cutting up and saying, oh my gosh, and this and that and the other. And my son is a nosy body. He is a volunteer fireman. He is wonderful. And like, he's seen something happen, so he goes to help. Seriously, folks, these guys, none of these people know how to drive stick shift. Nothing about it. They could not back the Jeep up. They couldn't move it. They didn't know how even in the world they had jumped the curb and what they were even doing, how they got up there. I have the footage, but it's dark, of the Jeep setting up almost through the glass doors. So my son Bud, he walks over there real slow, 6'4", you know, and he says, "What happened, buddy? Don't y'all know how to park around here?" She said, that woman said, she said, "We don't know how to drive stick shift. We don't know what happened. It just jumped up here." It just jumped up here. Oh, my ribs. Guys, it was hilarious. Me and Kim was standing there just killing ourselves laughing and thinking, oh my God. She said, oh shit. So Bud gets into the Jeep and he floorboards it in reverse and pulls it back off of the porch and back down the thing and jumped back over the curb and then put it in drive and parked it where it was supposed to be and got up and slammed the door. He said, "There you go. Y'all try to keep it on the street and off the patios." And that woman said, "Whoo, Lord, thank you, son. Thank you. We appreciate it. We didn't know what even happened." I asked Bud, I said, "Was they all drunk?" That was tore up, Mama. That was all tore up. So that's my little story. I thought y'all would enjoy that. Keith, I thought you'd enjoy that. There's some crazy folks up in here. I got some more stories I might come up and tell you about them. Because I'm sick. And maybe if I can get them to upload. Don't have any connection on my computer. It's laying here. See? But Kelly's computer over there has a little bit of connection. So I'm going to do my sugar now because I know you're worried. 4.4. Actually, 4 is a great number. It's just not great to someone who suffered for 23 years with low blood sugar. And it's not good for someone who has type 2 diabetes and needs injections. It'll come up to about 6.3 or something. But I am proud of the 4.4. That means that I did very well yesterday. And that means that I, slowly but surely, I am flushing out the carbs. I'm trying my best, people. I really do want to show y'all because of money. And I'm not able to have food properly. But I want to show you with the cabinet. And I tried. I have a couple of cans of Progresso soup, right? These are shrimp chow mein noodles. Carbohydrates out the yin yang. Carbohydrates out the yin yang. Carbohydrates everywhere. But guys, those foods are all 10 for $10. And I couldn't afford anymore. I couldn't afford anything else. They work out to be like 12 or 14 points. Can't remember which one. On Weight Watchers. But they have so much carbohydrates in it, all my stomach just does swell up. That's all. And a little while later, I'm hungry. So, not a good thing. I have the mayo because it was on a humongous, amazing sale. And the last time I bought mayonnaise, it was almost $6 for one thing. So this was 2 for the price of one. Buy one, get one free. So I have mayonnaise. I have some soups. I have some green beans. And I have some long grain rice because these are the cheap foods. And I have some oatmeal, whole grain oatmeal I showed you. The oatmeal, not good for me. All I do is swell up. The noodles, not good for me. All I do is swell up. The soup bowls swell up. They're full of noodles. They have vegetables in it and has some meat in it. It's got some protein in it. About 8 proteins per serving. There's 2 servings in each thing. Not good foods for me. Not good foods for me. Day for yesterday, all I ate was 2 oranges and a banana. Oh, and those other bars I was talking to you guys about, that the morning bars, peanut butter, whatever they were from, oh shoot, I forgot. From Walmart, they're $2 for 5 or 6. Amazing. 10 grams of protein, 5 fiber. Amazing, amazing. They put these to shame. Those are about 20 grams of protein. Those are very, very dense and heavy. All right, guys. Here's another thing. My favorite ice cream in the whole wide world besides Moose Tracks. But this one is number one. Back in the day, you didn't get any Moose Tracks. You just had the stuff. So, yeah. I've eaten it one time and not anymore. Not anymore. Kelly's been eating it. So I have chicken breast in here, and shrimp skewers there. So my sister gave me those shrimp skewers. I'm going to try those. I have eggs in the fridge, and I have a little bit of 2% milk. And other than that, that's all I have. I'm out of every single thing else. And the foods that I showed you in the cupboard are not good for me. The only thing in this house that I really have that is good for me personally to eat is what you see on the table. Oranges, lemons, and 2 bananas left. My soy protein. And I got 1 bar left. One of those bars. That's all that I have in the house left. So, let's turn off the light. Kelly has a major, major sweet tooth. Whereas I have a major, major, major salty palate. And I'm always wanting something salty. And guys, seriously, I could live on crackers, saltine crackers, and 2% milk or skim milk or whatever. I could live on that. And for $1.36 for a box of crackers and $3.09 for a gallon of skim milk, I could eat every day. But I would probably gain weight because what's a cracker going to do? It's like a sponge. It's just going to absorb all the milk and stuff. Those carbohydrates are killing me. I have got to flush them out of my system. And I've already started doing it. I've made a huge, major change. Those are in the cupboard. Those are not for me to eat. I will not be eating those foods. I will completely do without eating anything if I have to eat those carbohydrates again. I'm done. I mean it. I absolutely 100% mean it. I am so done with the carbohydrates. It would be cheaper for me not to eat. Have my vitamins, drink my water, buy a thing of cottage cheese, nibble on that, have a little yogurt, and not buy anything else. This has been very difficult. The food is so expensive. It is ridiculous. I can't even go into the store and look at the stuff because I want, aubergine and nice healthy foods to make. Squash and green beans and turnip greens and I can't afford it. So I'm having a really difficult time right now. And I'm documenting all of this because I really need to. I have come through a lot of difficult times. And what one person's difficulties are not necessarily another's difficulties. It's really hard right now. And I already knew that it was going to be. But God provides, and He takes care of me. I know that for sure. I really do know that for sure. All right, guys, that was my funny story. I got some more craziness. So I guess stay tuned. Anyway, I made another long video. I'm sorry. All right, going to take my injection now and write down my today's weigh-in at 271. 276. I just looked on the chart. It's 276 what my last weigh-in was last Sunday, and today's 271. 271. So I did lose 5 pounds. And I seriously probably lost that in the past 2 days because I've really tried hard. Before that, I didn't have it in my mind, and now my mind is set. And that's great. It's a great feeling to have your mind set back to the way it needs to be. So, y'all see what I'm working with? So I'm going to try my best to make the most of what I've got and do. I've got some white beans. I think I'll cook some white beans. And I can make white bean soup or what have you. I'm just so tired of soups, so sick and tired of soups. I'm sick and tired of Sacred Heart soup. I've got seven servings in the freezer for a 7-day Sacred Heart if I wanted to do that. But I'm honestly so sick and tired of soup. It's terrible. And noodles, amazingly. I'm tired. And chili, my gosh. It seems like the only things that you can make for a reasonable price. And something in bulk like that you can cook in the crock pot and everything. And then you can eat on it, freeze it, and this and that and the other. But if you don't make it healthy and you don't have nice things to go with it, like something extra, you'll get hungry. Some of you might relate to that. If you don't have the proper foods in your house to eat, the proper foods, you get hungry. If you have the wrong foods in your house and you're eating those, you get hungrier because those are not the foods that your body's needing. I can honestly tell you that I get less hungry when I go without food. When I push the water and the fruit, say an orange or whatever to keep my sugar right, when I push those, I stay less hungry. If I were to go over there and grab 5 crackers and think, okay, these 5 crackers are going to stave off hunger for me for a while, I will be badly mistaken because all those 5 crackers are as a heap of carbohydrates that was absolutely going to make me that much more hungry. And that's what I do. So when you know what you do and you can see a different way of changing it, it makes it a little easier to change it. So I know that those foods are not for me. And as far as craving things, guys, behind me is a Toots, chicken wings, buffalo wings, galore. Next to that is a burger and fry place. Next to that is a cupcake shop. Next to that is a sub shop. Quiznos or something, Mike's Subs or something like. There's a steak, and on Arby's I am on a main highway. There's food galore. Wendy's across the street. Everything everywhere. If I wanted to walk and get it, I don't do it. All right, guys. Peace out. That's how we roll. God bless you.